How about now? Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me? Anybody can hear me? Am I talking to nobody? Is it still muted? Hmm. Interesting. Okay, well, good morning. Go ahead and get in here, guys. I'm going to grab a coffee. I'll be right back. We're going to take a look at BlackBerry today. It's doing some crazy things. We're going to take a look at Funko Pop. We're going to take a look at a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, get in. I'm going to grab a coffee. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, if you're not in, get in. Now's the time. Here we go. Marcus, I don't know that you got in, brother. Oh, whoa, did I die? No, I didn't die. Okay. Holy cow. I need the turbo on this one. Is this literally just like a giant speed booster? Yeah, this whole thing is a speed booster. My goodness. Where's the Death Alley part? Ooh, what's this fancy symbol that Camp Park has? Oh, somebody died. Eric falling down. Oh, I'm down too. I died too. How'd I die? I understand. How'd he get knocked off? You're gonna take this. Oh, Camp Park! Camp Park with a huge leap! Neck and neck, boys. Neck and neck. Who's it gonna be? Hair's down. Hair Lattice joins the rest of us. Oh, you're don't get it. Don't get hit by these. Don't get hit by these. Oh, it makes it two. Yura takes the win. What's gonna be, Yura? What's gonna be? The Q's. Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q. Oh, actually QS, not the Q's. Okay. Quantum Scape. Oh man, look at that. All right, guys. So we've got QS set up and ready to go for the start of the market today. I hope you guys are doing well. We are going to hang out today, break down some stocks. If you guys have tickers that you want me to take a look at, as always, throw those in chat. I'll open up Notepad and I will write them down. BlackBerry got some big news, guys. Amazon Web Services on Auto Data Platform. This is what I've been talking about for months, and here it is, confirmation that this is happening. They're up 22% pre-market. MBRX, yeah, MBRX is one that we will take a look at. This is one that I've been in since November. It's up to 115. They got a rare pediatric tag on one of their drugs, which is what's driving it up. DoorDash IPOs next week. No, BlackBerry has been doing automotive tech for a while. This is not Genus pairing with Disney.
Did you know that BlackBerry was also making their own antivirus thing?
No, like contact tracing kind of data.
Like like malware antibytes kind of antivirus. It's like Silling something or whatever. I saw an ad for it this morning. I'm actually
Yeah, BlackBerry's been cybersecurity for a while, guys, but this is not cybersecurity. This is has to do with self-driving vehicles. That's where they're headed. They've been cybersecurity for years, and they haven't stopped pushing it. But
they pitched an antivirus and saying that no annoying pop-ups, it's not bloatware. It's supposed to work really well in the background, and if it's made by them, I'm actually very curious about it.
I like BlackBerry. BlackBerry at 10, I don't mind. BlackBerry at 50 sounds about right. But that's 5-10 years down the road. I hope space won't have a pop off today. I hope space starts to die down into the dirt. NASA contracts mean dog shit. They mean absolutely fucking nothing. NASA has not a pot to piss in. When you make a NASA announcement, it's the biggest blah. They do mean hype. They do mean hype. I just feel like all this other news is gonna trump that. Now they're up a buck pre-market. They're up to $27 pre-market. I think at some point, and I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later, people realize with space, oh shit, this thing isn't going to launch until the spring. There's nothing happening until the spring. Do. I caused a stir.
Oh yeah, remember in the summertime how I was like extremely stingy about buying new shoes, Millennial? I finally had a motivation today after I found a giant hole in my shoe and it was snowing and a lot of water started seeping in. So yeah, I just spent $100 on 2 new shoes. From I don't want to pay $5 for this shit to I just spent $100.
I don't know, man. I get my shoes for like a couple of bucks.
I'd love to as well, but there's not a lot I like that I can actually use.
I go to Value Village and that's it, and then it's done. I took my puts. I took my Enox puts yesterday. I think they are full of shit. I think Enox is absolutely full of shit. I think people making the announcement, oh, but they're gonna do a demo on the 3rd, and it's gonna no, not December 18th, December 3rd. December 3rd. Where is it? I had this up today. Enox. Where are they? Here. Enox. December 3rd, live demonstration, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, the December 18th puts. Yeah. Yeah, I've got the monthly puts. I've got Enox 15s. And a lot of people are going to say, well, are you sure Enox 15s? Is that really a good idea, seeing that they're up at $60? If Enox does not have an X-ray machine, they've got nothing. Nothing. They don't have a pot to piss in. They have nothing left. That's their whole business, is this miracle X-ray machine. This thing has run. Of course, it doesn't have 10 years. It's a year old. It ran from. That's 19 a year ago. It only goes back a year? Okay, it only goes back a year. No, it goes okay. It goes back to no. It only goes back the year. Okay, 1969 a share to 61.30. I think this thing plummets into the depths of death. You guys can't see this because here, look out there. I think this thing disappears from existence. This is where the short report came in and it fell down to about 20 bucks. Now, I don't need it to hit strike at 15. I just need it to move towards 15. So if on the 3rd they come out and the news is not, we've got a working machine, it will confirm. I got a 10.5. I never struggle to find them shoes. I mean, that every radial. Holy crap, look at the Johnny Bravo on that. This thing is pumping. I think I'm just gonna keep the head off. I'm gonna rock this Johnny Bravo do all day. It's pumping. I feel like Mozart here. This thing is it's taking on a life of its own, boys. MAC 9 with the follow on the Pompadour. Big shout out, buddy. How'd you find us? Yeah, so live demonstration December 3rd. This piece of shit either gets shown to the world for what it is. Now, what's interesting is, guys, and this is very interesting, okay? Let's say you are a company that's full of shit. What do you immediately want to do after you show the world that you're full of shit? What do you want to do? Cash out, of course. But first, you have to make sure that everybody doesn't run for the exit, right? So if I was somebody that's about to bullshit a whole group of people that everybody is watching for me to screw up, what I would do is I would do the live demonstration, have it go south, and then explain in a, I don't know, an investor's webinar why it went wrong and that it's not really the fault of the machine. The machine worked just fine. It was an issue with X, Y, or Z or some other bullshit excuse that they've got ready to go, right? What you'll note here, guys, is the latest PR. We've got our live demonstration Thursday, December 3rd at 11:30 a.m., followed by, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the bullshit webinar at 2:30 p.m., just so everybody is acutely aware why it didn't work. This is what I'm looking at. Now, again, guys, I'll drop the disclaimer in here. This is my opinion. I am not in any way a financial expert. Please, oh please, do not do what I do. I trade mostly in dog shit. Don't do what I do. If you're here to learn alongside us on how you read these reports, how you look at things, how you find stocks. What might sound good to someone will sound terrible to someone else. Enox is a perfect example of that. If I go to Enox right now, you will see a ton of people that are very bullish on this thing. People that are, let's go, we're going to head to $150 because we're going to the moon. Let's do this. Yay, it's so much money. Okay, and then there's me who's like, I think they're full of crap. I think they are absolutely full of crap. That every radiologist who has looked at this thing goes, I don't think so. I I don't think literally what they've created, guys, is the cold fusion X-ray machine. So one of the things that makes the X-ray machine so freaking expensive is the amount of heat that's required in order to generate accurate pictures. They're claiming they've solved that problem where now they can take cold pictures. Right. Definitely. Mantis, if you have a radiologist friend, ask him what the likelihood is that they've created a cold fusion x-ray machine that they can sell for 10 grand. MRI, CAT scans, x-ray, 10 grand. One machine. Ask him what he thinks about that. I almost promise you he's going to laugh in your face. I think most of the radiology community has heard about this. Do they have any patents? This is just shares. Citron and Muddy Waters both on this thing. Muddy Waters is the one where they went and asked radiologists, I think. That's a tweet. Maybe it's Citron's. I did not talk about DGLY yet. My thoughts on DGLY, guys, are this. We have the electoral vote coming up. December 15th. That is when shit officially hits the fan in the States, right? That is when Trump starts to make his move out arrangements. And that's when I think we see the rioting and protesting resume. Look at Nikla. I've got 2 seconds here before the market opens because we've got to look at QS on the market open. $18.40. Attaboy, Nicola. I knew you could do it. Bye. Okay, big sheet. QS. I think you're going to be okay with Enox, to be honest. Yeah, I'd appreciate that, Mantis. Yeah, in reality, guys, I am not when Muddy Waters doesn't speak out if they're not sure about something because Muddy Waters is regularly the target of lawsuits on the regular. So they want to make sure if they're going to come out and say some shit that it's accurate. They they aren't just hopping on to hop on. There's lots of shorts out there that are possible. Yeah, absolutely. So slap. This is the latest episode. We did record a new episode yesterday, guys. We're going to be dropping these weekly for you. It's me, Martini Rita, Exiled, Redemption, and whoever else we tagged to come on in with us. This first episode here, we were talking about good Christmas stocks to watch. We were talking about Bitcoin, and we were talking about the Airbnb IPO. The one that we recorded for this Wednesday, yeah, this thing is going down. What we talked about this Wednesday was I'm drawing a blank. Oh, SPACs and IPOs. What that looks like down the road. Is that going to continue? Is that something that we're going to keep watching? But we are working on getting it to a whole bunch of different places, guys. It is available on Apple. It is available on Spotify. So, Glucose, man, I am glad that you love what I've dropped down in the morning calls. I do what I can. I know it's a little bit different because a lot of guys in there are talking about plays for the day. I tend to talk more about plays for the quarter, 6 months, 18 months. So I'm glad to hear some people can appreciate a little bit longer term. I am long term Andy, apparently is the term for me. Yeah, this thing's coming down. Do you know why? I mean, I don't know a ton about this one. QS. Oh, this is a SPAC in the battery sector. You looking to take puts on this thing, Yura? You playing this long or short? This looks like a reach to me. You want calls? I might look at it the other way. But again, I've gotten burned playing against EV in the past too, so what the hell do I know, right? Um, yeah, presentation to the public is on the 3rd, 11:30 a.m. So I will be there with popcorn. Well, you can't actually watch the presentation because you have to pay to be a part of the conference. But I will be watching the ticker at 11:30 a.m. when that crap drops, because you know that Muddy Waters has somebody sitting in that conference just waiting for them to roll this thing out and make it an absolute joke of themselves. Um, I think it's going to be very, very telling. Do 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 do. I got them at 15. I took the cheapest one that I thought was reasonable. Wait, this is saying Baba. Do I have Baba? Baba. Where do I have Baba? Oh, I've got Baba calls. Oops, I forgot I took Baba calls. My bad. Okay. Et voila. So, weed stocks. I know we have that weed vote in the House tomorrow. I don't think that that's a huge deal. Um, PLTG. What's PLTG? Do you mean PLTR? Expect Palantir to ebb and flow with COVID. Unfortunately, for right now, it is a COVIDiot play. That's how people are treating it, like it's a COVID play. So keep your eyes on COVID news. As people hear news about um, COVID cures, et cetera, they're going to think Palantir is less necessary. Unfortunately, the reality is that that's not the case. So, my opinion on Novin long term. Novin. 51 cents. Early November, listing on Capital Market. So this has until May 3rd to get above $1. Um, so my issue with that is this. Hi Nahub, how you doing? Thanks for the follow. Um, this is an acne cream. So this is a big market if they can get this through. So let's take a look at where they are in the pipeline, because they have till May to make this happen. Um, so we'll go to their website, check their pipeline, and see what comes up. About us, research development pipeline. They are close to finishing phase 3. Now I haven't broken down their reports on this. I don't know how bearish we are on this. Hmm. That's the acne one, molluscum. April 1st, Type C meeting based on verbal guidance received during the meeting. I'm interested to have to consider one additional pivotal trial. They have successful do support of it's like completing additional guidelines, blah blah blah. Okay, so they have 2 mid-phase 3 studies happening. Could by May one of these phase 3 studies go through? Absolutely. This is an extremely risky play. If you are going to play Novin, you're playing it until May, and you need to understand that this could move against you into nothing. So whatever you put in here, play it as though it could be gone in a heartbeat, just disappeared. How far do I think Enox will drop? Enox's only product is this X-ray machine. If it doesn't work, they're worth nothing. They have nothing else. ACI. Let's take a look at ACI. Guys, if you have tickers that you want me to take a look at, feel free to throw them out there. If you spend your channel points, you get to go to the top of the list. Otherwise, I'll just do them as they come out. Albertsons. I like Albertsons, especially into second wave lockdown. Grocery stores as well. Albertson is doing vaccines, aren't they? In some way? I feel like they are. Does Albertsons do vaccines? They have a pharmacy section that they do vaccinations? Because that could be good for them as well. But yeah, I like Albertsons. I'd say. I mean, I like where they are. 18, 19 maybe. 2 to 4 years out, maybe 20. 3QS calls for a year out. I mean, EV sector, right? Like EVs are going to continue to go. They're in the lithium. Why not? Right? They're in lithium. Why not? It looks like it's holding that 40 line, so I don't see why if you took a leap on that for like 42, it would be terrible. JD. JD.com. E-commerce, retail infrastructure provider in the People's Republic of China, operates in two segments. Office equipment, furniture, yada, yada, yada. This is like Alibaba. Well, I looked a little bit into what they do. It's in the EV sector for sure. Okay, guys, with JD, this is just like Alibaba. I'm bullish on this through Q4 into Q1. That's it. That's all that I got to say. Baba, JD, AliExpress. That's where most of the Amazon sales are coming from. So if you like Amazon through Q4, you should be liking this stuff, in my opinion. BBY. No problemo. BBY, guys. Best Buy, 107.98. Okay. So we're down a little bit from the high. Cyber Monday adds to strong holiday season sales. I think that this does well for them. I think that Best Buy is down, but unnecessarily so. I think if you want to play this into their Q4 earnings, which their next earnings should drop February. Estimate of February on these guys. 17 billion is revenue estimate. Yeah, 17 billion. So they did 12 in a slow quarter. Do I think that they can make $5 billion more on Q4? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hills at $1.94. Yeah, all that I've got left with Hill are my 250 calls for February. Tell you what is doing quite well for me. My pull this up so you guys can see it. So here's the options portfolio, guys. Here are the ones that are coming close to an end here. ACRX needs to drop me some Army order news ASAP. They are not currently. They have not dropped any news, so that's what I'm waiting on to drive this thing back up. Hopefully I can make something happen on these options. But that'll depend entirely on that. AMC, I'm waiting for them to decline as numbers and news drives the theater industry even further into the hole. Now, I do have AMC puts for December and January. If this doesn't kill AMC, this is going to kill AMC for sure. Enox, guys, that's on the December 3rd play. And then Space, I'm hoping Space comes down into the end of December. But I'm not, all of these are a bit of a gamble. All of these at this point are a bit of a gamble. January, RSX is a meme. I took this at January of this year, thinking that the Russian market would do well. into an election season, but then COVID did what it did. It's like, well, this is gone. So that's a nothing. AMC again, guys, you know that play. AstraZeneca, this is on the vaccine rolling out, seeing where they're going to go. Hopefully I can make some cash on this. It's down quite a bit, but we'll see what it does. Into February, DGLY, guys. I am very, very bullish on DGLY into February. The new government will be up and running, and they will be moving quickly. I do expect there to be some kind of legislation around I do expect there to be some kind of legislation around body cameras and dashboard cameras. So I think DGLY is in a really good place for that, as well as another COVID lockdown means that their thermovision thing they've got for COVID tracing is going to do well. Hill is obviously still there. I do have 3 contracts at that 250 call, so we'll see what's happening there. Are apps like Trading 212 okay to use or not? For me, I don't use them. So I would never recommend something that I don't use, right? Now, I know people like Euro that use Robinhood, and that's great. That's well and good. I have tried things like Wealth Trade in Canada. Ultimately, what I found, guys, is I like the charts on TD, and I like my options portfolio on Interactive Brokers. So I keep them separate. I have my options portfolio separate from my equity portfolios. I trade all of my options exclusively on Interactive Brokers. I trade all of my equity entirely on my TD account. Now the TD account is paired with my banking, and there's a whole bunch of other reasons as to why I use TD, but I do like TD's charting, and I do like their tool. So they're not great for mobile trading, but I don't know that I would trade on mobile anyway. Like if I don't know that there's well, that's not true. I did trade once on mobile, but that's because I was on a plane flying to San Diego, and I traded the entire time that I was in the air. But other than that, I don't know that I've ever used mobile trading. Okay, so the other ones that I have here, guys, are Alibaba into February. This is around when their earnings are projected. I've got them for a 325 call. I think that this is going to pay. I think that Alibaba is going to bounce back with a vengeance through their Q4. Gap, I think Gap is oversold on a single down listing. Again, Q4 earnings is what I'm playing them on. 28 calls. Cars, again, Q4 play. ET, this is on the Pipestone approval from the Supreme Court. We'll see what this does. Funko Pop, again, this is Q4. Kodak, this is me thinking that we'll know one way or another what happens to Kodak and their loan by June. And then I've got my leaps here, Gap again, CCL, Wells Fargo, and American Airlines. So I'm thinking that by January of next year, so not January 21, but January 2022, airlines, banks, retail, and cruises will have recovered. Yeah. If I was a beginner, I honestly would be sitting down with somebody at whether it's a bank or investment firm and getting an understanding of what you're doing. That would be a good place to start. YouTube is okay. You can go there and check out different platforms and get a feel for how they're used and what they're used for. And ultimately, it does come down to preference. I don't know that there's two people that use the same thing. I know Martini uses Tastyworks, Yuri uses Robinhood, I use TD. Redemption uses Interactive Brokers almost exclusively. So, I mean, each of us has our own preferences for our own reasons. For me, it's out of familiarity. I'm just familiar with. Yeah, I mean, Stock Guy's another one as well. I'm not sure what Stock Guy uses to trade, though. I know he looks at it. What is up?
He uses
YouTube?
Robinhood and Schwab, I think.
Okay, so Robinhood and Schwab. What's up, Rick, over on YouTube? Family is doing well, sir. I hope you and yours are doing well. Christmas season is here, guys. Has TD to trade for swings. Okay. Okay, so there you go. He's using a kind of a smattering of things. Okay, so the stream portfolio is on TD. So yeah, I'm a big fan of TD as well, guys. I am most excited out of all of these leaps, and I know it's going to sound funny because you're looking at these and these ones are positive. I'm most excited about GPS. I think that this one bounces back big. I think that this one is oversold in a big way. American Airlines, do I think it goes back to 20 in 2 years? Absolutely. The cruise lines, I think, are going to bounce back in a big way too. So, Yeah, I do the same thing, Smash Ice. I like to have different portfolios and different brokers. So I know when I open up interactive brokers, I'm looking at my options. I'm not confused at all. I know that this is all options place. That's all I'm going to find in here. Whereas if I open up my TD, this is all equity, right? Um, Now there are different kinds of equity accounts. I know that I've got my U.S. margin, my Canadian margin. Um, Still waiting on my bank to move CBII over to SHG. So a little bit pissed about this. But this has not happened yet because I am up. I'm up 30% on these redemption. The CBII play. No, you're right. It doesn't bug me. It doesn't. So if I'm looking at GPS, GPS is at 21 right now. I've got GPS calls for 30 in 2 years. I think it goes. I think it goes. I think for it to be up at 30 is not unrealistic. Again, guys, my thoughts on BlackBerry is that it is a 5 to 10 year hold. Right? This is not a race. It's not a race on BlackBerry. I saw some other tickers there that people wanted me to look at. Corsair. Okay, guys, Corsair. This is one that if you're playing it, you have to understand that gaming and tech is going to go through the roof, right? Will it go back up to 50? Probably. Probably. Wells Fargo's at 28. Holy crap. I got to get Wells Fargo to 32.50 for it to be in strike. LPL's up today. That's good to see. AbbVie long term is solid. It's just a solid stock. I am going to get out of LPL though. Do 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 do. Okay, so this should be SHG. No, it's still not here. CBIIF. Do they not have? Why did it just put CBIIF? CB2 Insights. Okay, so this is this, and this is this. Yeah, I did. I did hear Peter Thiel had another one coming down the pipeline here. So 8,000 shares. We'll call it 66 US to CAD. Okay, so 51 cents US. And I've got 8,000. 8,000 at 51. Okay. So, guys, as always, you can check out the portfolio over on TipRanks. I'm a big fan of the tool. Highly recommend it. I just like getting all the analysis in one place. It makes it a little bit easier to do that. Is Waiter still a hold? It's been really flat for several days. Remember, the play on Waiter, guys, is the DoorDash IPO into increased lockdowns and typically increased orders through Q4. So it's a long hold for me. Whether you guys have the patience to make it through that, that's on you. But for me, I will be holding it. This is the other thing, guys. You can always, I like to put my money where my mouth is. I do still have 13 grand in Waiter.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How was everyone's day?
Someone sounds a little chipper today.
Who?
You.
No, I mean, I'm still trying to understand. Like Rita told me yesterday that I was good on the covered call. I should just probably close the whole thing. But then I realized the more and more it goes up, the more the disparity between the shares and the options become. And I'm good with it. Because
risk.
Huh?
You also run a higher risk too.
What do you mean?
That because that play that you're doing is very volatile. I think the reason why she told you is because I've had this happen before where I was up 50% on something, or actually multiple times, where I'm up 50% on something and I don't take it and it just goes back to zero. I'm like, what the fuck?
So this is the I think the beauty of this play is I make $400 if it goes back to 20 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I still make $400. Right now, my difference between the shares and the options is around 400 to 500. So I am still at the same level as it was at 20 cents.
Yeah.
So that would be the only thing that would keep me in is like, it's not like I'm up $1,000 right now and I'd be willing to lose 600 by dropping. If I was up $1,000, I would close it.
Outlaw, I'm not playing the boomer generation anymore. I'm playing the next wave, which is the COVID generation. I think there's going to be a massive amount of burst through COVID, as we traditionally see through global pandemics. That's what I'm looking to play. I'm looking to play the babies, not the seniors. Do I think there's going to be a real estate collapse on the next 2 to 3 years in Canada? Absolutely. I don't know about the States. We're starting to see some pretty negative things out of the States too, but Canada, absolutely. I don't know a damn thing. Been big pancake fan about deep mine protein folding. I don't know a single thing about it. This is the big thing in bio that I'm watching, guys. Is this Enox live presentation Thursday at 11:30? Sakias, you saying DoorDash is on the 9th? I thought I saw it on the 7th. Upcoming IPOs. I see it on the 7th here. You can't see it. There it is. DoorDash.
Fuck. I got out of that Apple call too quickly. Shit. Would have hit 50% now. Oh well. But I still got the spreads.
I see. Okay, so the week of the 7th, but the day of the 9th. Okay, cool. None of these are looking particularly good. What's this thing? Let's see here.
Now, the one thing I could do, Redemption, is go ahead and close out my $3 calls that I sold.
Yeah.
And purchase $1 January. I'm sorry, not sell. Sorry, short $1 January calls to reduce the timeline.
Mhm.
But I would also be reducing my overall max profit because I go from a $3 strike to a $1 strike.
Yeah.
But it also let me cycle it.
Also, Millennial Hill's trying for $2 right now.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm out except for my options.
Oh.
Smart score. This is what I want. 10s. By price.
Rita just wants to see Nicola burn.
Not the only one.
No, I know. True.
Load. 450 price target. Comstock mining. What is this? Load. I went over Corsair briefly. I know that it was quick. With Corsair, guys, it's gaming. And gaming through this Christmas is going to be nuts. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Especially with Microsoft leaning less on the console and more on just get a PC and play it on your PC. I think that's good for Corsair. Yeah, they've raised their outlook, and I think rightly so. For it to come back up to this $50 range through Q4, I think is fairly good. I think there's a good chance of that. Gold and silver in Nevada operates 2 segments: mining and real estate. I don't like gold and silver. I'm not playing gold and silver. Okay, what else we got? Tip ranks 10s. Is Match Group that Match.com life?
I think we're near the end of cuffing season, aren't we?
Okay, LCTX seems to be of interest here. Who's on this thing? 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. Beats on revenue. Yeah, he's concerned about the US. He's talking about the US in this opinion article. I'm talking about globally. It's great that the US touts that it's the whole world, but it's not. Yeah, no. Globally, there's going to be a baby boom. This argument that in the US birth rate is dropping, well, a huge part of that is that when we look at the numbers over the past 40, 50 years, it's because abortion has been legalized in the States, which is an absolutely huge part of it. Contraceptives is another huge part of it. But in many parts of the world, that's not practiced. And I think you can expect to see that there is going to be an extremely large increase of population through this. Those people will require things and stuff. A lot of the big companies, the Procters and Gambles, the Kimberly Morgans, they don't just sell things in the States, right? They sell globally. Baby powder baby formula, baby diapers, baby toys. I think there's going to most certainly be a boom globally. I don't know that I even necessarily agree that we're not going to see an increase in births in the U.S. based off of his opinion. Um, yeah, yeah, no. And the other thing that I think a lot of fear is taken away from is this constant line from the he's just mad because he's not getting laid. I think one of the big things that changes in people's mind is, oh, the Democrats keep saying that they're for low income families, right? They're not, but they keep saying that they are. So I think that that's where a lot of people that may have had fears about potentially having another child, those are being pushed aside. And they're expecting to see a check of some kind from the government for that low income family that has a bunch of kids. So I think a lot of that fear is debunked. So I do appreciate Rahul Gupta and his insights. I disagree. We just have a difference of opinion, is all. But thankfully, that article was written as opinion and not as medical fact. Um, oh, shoot. I wanted that one open. I wanted to look at this guy. So, this is the guy that is in charge of Enox. And so, Rand Poliakin, he used to be the CEO of PowerMat Technologies. Poliakin has directed his efforts and funds towards modernizing gynecology, cancer, and meaningless employment. He studied. That doesn't matter. PowerMat. So he's got a bunch of companies that he started here. So this was presented in 2012. 2016, it was shown at the trade show. There's nothing on that since. Nanox is the X-ray machine. Yeah, it looks like he's just shotgunning a whole bunch of different bio stocks here. I'm gonna look him up in the news to see what comes up. So Polyakin is doubling down. He's saying that this is it. Either the shorts are wrong or the shorts are right, and it's all going to come down to this demonstration on the 3rd. $11 million net loss was higher than the loss of 1.9 million. Loss was chalked up to R&D. That makes sense. Go figure. Their administrative expenses leapt from 1 million to 6 million. Somebody got a raise. Okay. Okay, Motley Fool did an interview with him. Hill is running today. Good. Good. My option should be doing well then. My option is down $1 today. Nikola down to $17 though. Holy frig. Ripperino.
Fighting to stay alive right now.
Do. All right, I got 2,500 to spend. Redemption. I'm trying to find something. I'm looking for a play. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna
Apple?
be? No,
Apple.
I've got 2,500. I want something that I can get some size on. More waiter. If I take any more waiter, I break above the 40% mark, and Martini gives me shit. So I'm not going to do that.
Let me take a gander through the seasonal list.
I took ACRX.
Yeah, I've got that too. I've got that.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. I've joined you guys.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I got 13 grand, 13.5 in ACRX. I've got 13,000 in BlackBerry. BlackBerry's a long-term hold. I'm not quite ready for BlackBerry yet. I want to put some serious money. I want to put like 25 grand in there when I've got it. I'm still working on growth, and that's not a growth. That's a long hold. No, so BBY you can't get the volume that you want. Like with equity, that's the big thing for me, right? It's like I want to get a whole bunch of something. If I was more confident on Kodak getting the loan, I would probably go with them.
Oh, son of a bitch, I should have held that apple.
I mean, there's the year on Kodak, but what does the month look like? Yeah, from 650 back up to 750. Is there any news out there about Kodak?
It says Valero is pretty good around this time.
Which one?
It's a $50 stock, unfortunately, but
yeah,
Valero.
That's not good.
Valero Energy Corp. 19 out of 20 times.
It's a oil and natural gas, right?
It is a largest independent refiners in the United States. Operates 14 refineries with a total of
Refinery, yeah.
Owns 14 ethanol plants with a capacity of 1.7 billion gallons of ethanol a year. Holds stake in Diamond Green Diesel. Mostly diesel.
That little fallen Tesla. What's going on? People getting whippy.
People getting scared. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
CF Industries, leading producer and distributor of nitrogen fertilizers, $37 stock. You just want the sub $5 stuff, right?
Sub 10.
Sub 10. Oh wow. Upping your standards, I see.
Well, I've got to start doing that.
He's got to find the next dog shit. So $5 kind of done its thing.
Well, it's most of the time the higher price ones are the moves are cleaner, but it could be cleaner in both ends.
Yeah, the gains are less. So many here that I'm looking at where it's like, yeah, I know that you're saying that BioStock is gonna go to some ridiculous upside, but I can't see it.
All right, the only one popping up for me, and this is I think this is an interlisted one, but Ember SA, Ember Aircraft, ERJ. The hit rate's kind of low for my taste, but 15 out of 19 times successive. Buy to December 1st, sell it at February 20th. They are a Sao Paulo, Brazil manufacturer of regional aircrafts, business jets, and defense and security products. The company also offers a wide range of services to support its installed base of hardware. Its defense and security business is currently focused on developing the KC, I don't know when this was updated, but KC 390 military transport aircraft. The company has also produced aircraft systems and structural components. Which mostly, yeah, this is aircrafts. I don't think you would really want this though. Business jets should stand roughly a quarter of the revenue, and events and other sales will make up the remainder of the sales.
Yeah, no. You said two words that caught me, and that's Brazil and airlines. What is that? You burning something?
Not me. I got nothing for you today.
God damn it! Come on.
Try again another day.
No,
What about insider buying? Do we have any insider buying happening?
I mean, to be honest,
that was the drone telling me don't fly.
To be honest, I would chill for now because, like, whatchamacallit, if we are following the seasonality of us like imploding in January, I'd rather keep cash. Cody, this was 10 days ago, 10, 11 days ago. Cody, the director, posted, bought about 1 million shares. We shot up since then, but I don't know if we have any further upside. And I know that you guys don't like the, you guys feel like the retail play is done, right?
Yeah.
Out the window.
I'm tempted to go after Hexo, actually, with the vote tomorrow.
And to clarify, I don't think the vote is specifically tomorrow. I think it's a within the 2nd to the 4th type thing. Just FYI. I need to verify, but I think that's the case.
Could happen as early as Wednesday, but it will happen by Friday. That's the play. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna take Hexo.
Good luck, sir.
I'm gonna take Hexo. Yeah. Lordies, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. All right. Grab me some Hexo.
I want to grab some Coca-Cola, but I just don't like the direction it's moving right now. Maybe at $50.
How long is your beard? Do you trim it? No, I brush it. Oil and brush every day. And it's not super long. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting some length to it. HLX? No, HEXO. Jacob Ling, what is good, sir? It's been a while since I've seen you around. How you been?
I really wish Equity Clock would have a price filter as well. I just wish they would have a better filter system overall.
Snow No Flake, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. I'm doing all right. I am looking for. What are your thoughts on Enox, Jacob?
Are we hitting new highs on SPY? Yeah, we just hit a new high. What the fuck?
Okay, you're on the same wavelength as I am then too. Enox is up 5% today, guys. So again, if you're going to play against Enox, understand that there's a lot of us that are saying that we don't like Enox, but that's not what the market is saying. The market is saying that they very much like Enox.
What's pushing us today? Because it's certainly not tech. Tech is dying.
BlackBerry today. Everybody wants me to take a look at BlackBerry.
Well, I don't know. Redemption, the big boys of tech are doing fine. The fangs.
Well, yeah, Apple is fine.
Well, I know. I mean, Facebook's up 3%, Google 2%, Amazon break even, Microsoft break even, Netflix 3%. That's what I was meaning.
I'm not
Offshore energy and water. Helix.
I'm not seeing a specific right now, or sector specific thing right now.
Oh, for what it's worth, Apple came out with it's called a silenced call feature. So anything they recognize as telemarketer or anything of that nature in some database they have, I guess, just doesn't ring on your phone and sends it straight to voicemail every single time.
Wow, they actually did something really good.
I experiencing it for 2 weeks, I haven't gotten one telemarketer call.
Outlaw, I like Helix in November. I don't necessarily like Helix now. So looking at the last 5 years, it tends to decline into January, February. I mean, last year was a bit of an exception, but
Stoby, is that a service or is it just like a feature that they just
it popped up on my iOS one day just saying silenced call feature. Mm-hmm. I don't believe it's tied to AT&T because that's who I use. But as soon as I turned it on, I used to get 5, 6, 7, 8 calls a day, easy. And I'm not getting anything. Now I'm getting more voicemails. That's fine. But
yeah, so I think the thing with Zoom, guys, is what people are realizing by the money coming in is everyone is hyped. Like when the whole industry is moving over to remote office, everybody get in. And then they drop their earnings, and their earnings weren't bad, but they weren't where people expected them to be with the entire world moving over to remote office, right? Like if this is it, if this is all we're going to see when the entire world is moving over to remote office, then it might be a little overvalued. Now, that being said, companies like Best Buy had a great earnings as well. It dumped. ACRX had a great earnings. It was up 97% year over year on its sales, and it declined afterwards, right? So, I mean, I think there's a lot of false expectations on things right now.
There you go, Redemption. I put it in chat and Discord.
This might. I can't believe I'm saying this, but if this is good, I might actually switch over from OnePlus to that.
So what I gather from the feature itself, if you've never texted the phone number before, and somebody calls you, it will go straight to voicemail. So if you have somebody like an agency wanting to call you and you've never texted them or they're not in your contacts list, it will forward them straight to voicemail.
Oh shit, that would be.
That in my scenario, I'm okay with that concept, but in yours, that may not be the case. But that's what it looks like. The tech is basically unknown callers. So anybody that you've never had contact with before or is not in your list will go to voicemail. So it's not specifically spammers. It is unknown. Now, the one nice thing is they thought about this ahead of time. If an emergency call is placed, the silence unknown callers feature will be disabled for the next 24 hours because obviously emergency services may need to call you back.
Yeah.
Okay, Wolf of Weed Street. Let's see what this guy is saying.
Oh, NACB.
Well, I mean, this guy knows pot, right? I want to see what he's talking about. What does he think through this vote is going to drive?
I'm gonna go eat. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay, so what I'm reading off this guy's Twitter page is this comment right here. Like this is his take on this. Some of you people are stupid buying Canadian pot stocks because of the U.S. legislative news that won't ever pass the Senate. Okay, so what this is telling me is this: Hexo is a play only on this week. Play it on the hype on the run up to this vote. Okay, so this is a buy the rumor, sell the news thing, right? The vote will go through. It won't matter. Yeah, they want. My thing on Helix is the energy sector. I'm seasonally energy plays down, right? Um, yeah, seasonally energy plays down into January, February. So I wouldn't be looking at an energy play necessarily right now unless it was in solar. That would probably be the only exception, I think. Okay, this is interesting. Redemption. Take a look at LXRP.
I think he said he's gonna go grab a bite to eat.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so Spy likes that Mnuchin's calling for more stimulus. Hill is doing well today. I am out of my position though, except for the options that I've got in it. Hexo looks like it's just floating this 120 here. I mean, this is good to see that it spiked to 168, 170. No, that's the wrong chart. Yeah, 135. But I mean, it was up here, right? This $2 range. That it's sitting right at this level, this support level that it keeps touching, this 125. If it can hold above this 125 and we get the vote news, I don't see why I wouldn't give it a nice little run to 160, 180. By the end of the week here, I'll take 30 cents a share. So you'll see, like, it comes up to this 120 line here, 120, 120, 120. It's up above that right now. If it can close up above here, and then tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, we're expecting this vote. I don't see why it couldn't come up here to this 160, this next level that it seems to have been at. Which is fine. I would totally take, 30, 40 cents. I'm up $30 on it already. I'm okay with this. For the week, I'm okay with it. This is not me advocating pot stocks long, okay? That's not what I'm doing. This is a buy the rumor, sell the news. Not Canadian pot stocks. I would start to look at US pot stocks in March, maybe February. I don't like Canadian pot stocks because Canadian pot stocks don't have a hope of getting across the border. There's enough US production. There's no reason for Canada to be where people go to get their pot. Afria? The problem is most of these started in Canada, guys. These Afria, ACB, Kronos, they're all Canadian. They're all of them are Canadian. There isn't a US based startup that's taking over. Like it's all started in Canada. So for me, I'm going to be probably January. I'll start following Wolf of Weed Street much closer and seeing what the ones are that he likes. I think having a real opportunity of going IPO or becoming an official listing, and then I'll probably take a play in those. I'm not going to try to become the expert in pot. I'm going to grab a water, guys. I'll be right back. If you guys have tickers you want me to take a look at, just go ahead and throw them in chat, and I will jump in and take a look. The majority, what we've seen in Canada, there was a lot of that talk about there's a lot of talk about that in Canada, that the tax dollars would save it with this new vertical. It's not the case. They estimate upwards of 70% of the market remains on the black market. They remain off of the books. So it's not the big tax save that everybody expected. What's up? I'm probably going to finish up here around 11. Okay. Okay, SPY's showing some reality here. Hit all-time highs, came back down. ACST after we all got burned on it. Yeah, ACST was a coin toss, guys, but it looks like it does have some hope for life down the road for sure.
Nah, you're just a shitty trader.
SHG is up to 79 cents now from the entry I got at 58. I'll take that cool 50% in a week and a half. BlackBerry up 37% doesn't hurt.
I'm sorry, are you looking for a cookie?
Oh, I got a cookie. I buy myself a whole pack of Oreos.
Still doesn't beat my Tesla.
Not yet.
Okay.
Are you going to be pro BlackBerry when Tesla starts putting their tech in their cars?
Why would that damage it?
Why would that damage it?
Oh my god. Nicola? Jesus.
Yeah, right?
Oh my god.
Because everybody thinks the lockup has happened. Everybody thinks that they're unloading their shares.
Because it has. Talk to Redemption. He went through the totals.
But I thought he was saying there was a bunch of them that have been pushed to April.
Right. So half have been pushed to April, but that doesn't mean there isn't 180 million shares that were unlocked yesterday. He said 30 million dropped yesterday. So who knows how many dropped today? But it happened exactly like I said. 3 days and God, they never made that video. Anyways, but 3 days before the lockup, then the lockup happens, 2 days dead, and then should even out.
I got in on the Enox game. I took Enox puts on the month. Debt-free egg. Thanks for following, man. Much appreciated. I think Enox is about to drop a friggin' lemon on the market. Citron, I'll give you a coin toss on. I'm not really so set in stone with Citron one way or the other, but when Muddy Waters comes out and says we can't find a radiologist that thinks what they're seeing here is legitimate, that's big for me. When Muddy Waters shows up and says we can't find a single person who works in this field that thinks that these are real results.
Oh, and it keeps going up.
Yeah. The other thing that I did, and this is a bad thing, and I'm sorry that I did it, but heck so. Oh yeah, you know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
One of us.
Yeah. I just it is that buy the rumor, sell the news. Like there is a vote happening, and I can't see a Democratic House not voting it through. So the day that they vote that through, and the headline reads "Pot vote gets through the House," I expect the weed stocks to just go and then sell because not like it's not actually going to do anything, and then rinse and repeat.
So I came by because I was summoned.
Summoned? Who summoned you?
I
So
think
did.
I did. I did. I don't know if you want to do it in the other chat. I don't want to dominate this chat.
Domination.
That's right. All right, I'm going to move over then.
Nice, toxic mantis. So toxic mantis's dad used to fix the X-ray machines, guys, and he's saying that it is possible that Enox has a machine that does what they say it does. It's possible. All right. Yeah, let me know what he tells you, Toxic, because honestly, that's now I understand that he's just talking about the tech side of it, right? Like he's saying from a tech side, it's looking plausible, but that doesn't mean that it's actually functional, right? Yeah. Like theoretically, warp drive could exist if we could do this and this. We just haven't built the thing that does this and this yet. So theoretically, this X-ray machine is possible, but they would have had to have built it, and we don't have any assurance of that. Okay. Who won the Cold War? China. The euro trades above $1.20 for the first time in 2 years.
Looks like Hill just can't get over that hill, you know.
BlackRock is poised to replace Goldman Sachs inside the White House.
What?
New York Post.
Hmm.
Joe Biden's raising eyebrows with chatter. He's poised to name 2 executives from BlackRock, the asset management colossus, headed for top posts on his economic team. Yikes. LA just canceled all of the testing at Union Station because a film is shooting there. Wow. Did you see this footage from France? They set the central bank on fire?
Fucking nuts.
That's batty. I love the quote. In the U.S., protesters burned down nail salons and pizzerias. In France, they They set fire to the central bank. Like,
I don't think they're doing scorch earth correctly, but that's just me. I think they mislearned it from the Russians.
insurance will cover it. Yeah. I think it's actually supposed to be symbolic French art. This is the current state of the economy. Hot dog shit. Despite Merkel's assurances that everybody in the EU has a positive outlook towards the future, I'm going to say lighting the central bank on fire is an indication of the alternative.
Someone would say it's a declaration of war.
In France, they're famous for just uprising. They get pissed off about getting pissed off about getting pissed off. So, guys, this kind of news about we are out of beds in the US is a big deal for ACRX. It's illegal to film police officers. Good luck with that. It's almost like everybody has a camera on their phone and you couldn't possibly enforce that. It's great when you create laws that are completely unenforceable. Yeah. Yeah, becoming a French citizen is extremely difficult, though. There are people that have been there for 2 generations and they're still not officially French citizens. Birth does not get you in. All right, let's head over to the Reddit and see what people got on there. Because if I'm looking for dog shit, right? Let's see what they got. I'm doing all right. Shadow trade for milkers. They're talking a lot of talk about Palantir, a lot of talk about GameStop. Tesla. No, sweetheart, it's not time for lunch. Daddy's still working. Say hi, everybody. Good look in the camera. Wave at the camera. No, don't look over here. Look there. Is the stock market going to go up or down? Up, up. It's a good up day. Yeah? Okay, off you go. Up day. Green boys. Yeah, that little one there. She loves that market. Yeah. Well, something's going down because I went from being up 1.5% to being down. Well, not down. I'm still green on the day, but definitely not up 1.5% anymore. Something's fallen. Oh, ACRX give back. That's what it is. Jeez, BlackBerry 43%. Yeah, ACRX. We are still just waiting on that news to drop. As such, we expect the ordering of Vesuvia for deployed troops in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that doesn't. I mean, I would have hoped they'd seen a pump on that, given that Purdue is essentially out of the game now. Good shortage. Is there any new on that? All right, let's see. This is Guam. That doesn't matter. Patients struggle to find prescriptions. So this is interesting. These people that have been on opioids for years are going through withdrawal because they can no longer get prescription. Okay, there's a 10-page list of opioids they're not expecting to carry. Hydrocodone, oxycodone, tramadol, hydrocodone, Vertizin, tramadol. Now, this is prescription, guys, and people say, well, Dasubi can't be prescribed, so why does that affect it? For exactly the reason the start of the article says. People that have been on these prescription opioids for decades that now can't get it as a prescription, they're going to end up hospitalized. And when they are hospitalized, now they can be given Dasubia, right? That doesn't fix it forever, but it does fix it while they're in the hospital. The hospitals are running out of these, so... This looks like the same article. Redemption probably knows. It is 11 o'clock, though, guys. I am going to get out of here. I promised my daughter a lunch date, so it has been a blast. I'm going to send you guys over to hang out with Stocky until Rita comes around. I'm sure Rita will be on later in the day. I had a blast hanging out with you guys today. Remember, tomorrow is F Wednesday. I probably will not be around, guys. I might go live, I might not, but traditionally I've been trying to take F Wednesday off because nothing really happens now. There is a pot play potentially playing out tomorrow. I do have a stake in that game, so I may be here tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes, okay? Shout out to Stock Guy here. He's watching Mnuchin and Powell, so enjoy that, guys. Hope you learn a bunch. Take it easy. Tell your friends. Come hang out here every day, 9 a.m., except for Wednesday because F Wednesday. You know what I mean? Later.